the 12 Star Fairies.
Royal buildings of Changgyeonggung Palace. There is a gate that you must pass before going to the Myeongjeonjeon Hall, which is the main palace of Changgyeonggung Palace. It is Myeongjeongmun Gate, which is designated as National Treasure number 385, along with the Haengak surrounding it. Like Myeongjeonjeon Hall and Honghwamun Gate, it is looking toward east. Myeongjeongmun Gate, consisting of 3 chambers in front and 2 chambers side, has Haengak connected along the both sides. What is peculiar is that the exit of the Myeongjeongmun Gate is not coincident with that of Myeongjeongmun Hall, being a structure that takes into consideration the terrain of this area. It can be said that it is the attentive wisdom of the ancestors that the change of the central axis cannot be seen at all without looking closely. Myeongjeonjeon Hall is both the spring and the main hall that was founded during the 15th year of King Seongjong and rebuilt during the reign of King Gwanghae-gun after burning down. It is the oldest building of the existing palaces and is designated as National Treasure number 226. Myeongjeonjeon Hall was originally a building for queen mothers, so it has a simpler and more decent appearance than other palaces. The scale also has a quieter figure with 5 chambers in front and 3 chambers side. Originally, the main hall must be looking towards south, but unusually, Myeongjeonjeon Hall is facing east, considering the geographical characteristics of the site of Baesan Insu, with back to the mountain and facing the water. It would be likely to be rebuilt to the southern exposure in the future, but left as it was because King Gwanghae-gun said, "We could not rebel against what the forefathers had done." Myeongjeonjeon Hall had been a space for the royal banquet rather than a political affairs until it was used as a main hall after Injo Banjang, Inju-ku. It is the Myeongjeonjeon that was built by the King Seongjong, who was enthroned at the age of 13 in order to support senior royal family. You can find the pictures of the royal adults who are enjoying the feast in the spacious courtyard of the Myeongjeonjeon Hall. Behind the Myeongjeonjeon is their Pyeongjeon, Royal Council Hall, which is the official office where the king worked for the state affairs. That is Munjeongjeon Hall, which was constructed when the Changgyeonggung Palace was greatly expanded during the reign of King Seongjong. Munjeongjeon is the only building that is looking towards south in the outer quarters of the Changgyeonggung Palace. Because of this, it became the pattern to be standing with its back toward the Myeongjeonjeon Hall. The reason why it was facing south is that it would disturb the former system if it is facing east alongside with the Myeongjeonjeon Hall that resulted in existing 2 main halls in one palace. Munjeongjeon Hall is used as a Honjeon, spirit hall, housing ancestral tablets of the deceased kings and queens, as well as the Royal Council Hall. It is also the place where the tragedy of Crown Prince Hado began. There is one antique building on the slope of west quarter of Munjeongjeon Hall in the rear courtyard of Myeongjeonjeon Hall. This is Sungmun-dang, which means Revere Academics. Sungmun-dang, as its name suggests, is the place where the king used to open Gyeongyeon, the place where king studied sculptures, with his subjects and discuss the political affairs and study. Because the building was built on a slant, the low post stones were used in the back and the high post stones in front, making it look like a tall building at first glance. It is a small building compared to the other buildings, but it is a building giving off the elegant feelings and spirit of the classical scholar. There is also the royal handwriting of King Yeongju, who loved learning, is hanging on it. There is a beautiful pavilion, in hip and gable roof, which is standing intactly in the middle of the empty plain after passing Binyangmun Gate at the back of Sungmun-dang. This building is called Haminjeong, consisting of 3 chambers in front and 3 chambers side. The name Haminjeong means the world is soaked in justice and generosity of the king. It was a complex space where the king and the people who passed the state examination met, and Gyeongyeon, the place where the king studied scriptures, used to be held. Since the site where Haminjeong was originally placed included Inyanjeon Hall, which was built by King Seongjong, the banquet was often held. However, it was burned down with other palatial buildings during the Japanese invasion. Hence, King Inju translocated the Hamindang, which had been in the Changgyeonggung Palace, to the present place, and it called Haminjeong. Inside Haminjeong is Sashi, poem of 4 seasons, of Do-yeon Myung-hung, which sings the beauty of the 4 seasons, and it seems that this poem enhances the flavor of Haminjeong. The water in spring is much more than that of the pond. There are many eccentric peaks in the summer clouds. The autumn moon shines brightly high. The loneliness of pine tree on the winter hill is beautiful. There are 2 antique palatial buildings standing by themselves on the northern empty plain of Haminjeong. These are Hwangyeongjeon Hall and Gyeongchunjeon Hall. Only the body of them are standing lonely in the gloomy wind, since the annex of the main buildings haven't been rebuilt yet. Hwangyeongjeon is a royal bedchamber for the king or crown prince, consisting of 7 chambers in front and 4 chambers side with hip and gable roof. The demise of King Seongjong took place here, and it was used as a binjeon, hall-keeping king or royal family's coffin, when Crown Prince Hyo-myung died young. Gyeongchunjeon Hall is the place where kings and crown princes stayed, and was built as an eastern exposure in the west of the Hwangwonjeon Hall. The birth of the king and the death of the royal family are intertwined in Gyeongchunjeon Hall, since it is the space that the royal adults and the crown princess used together. Gyeongchunjeon Hall was the place where both King Jeongju and King Hunjong were born, and Queen In-hyun and Haegyeonggung Hong died here as well. Death that even those who possess wealth and honor cannot avoid, and the birth of the great blessing beyond description in the royal family. It is Gyeongchunjeon Hall where those 2 words seem to be contradictory but coexist in the lonely wind.